Alright, y'all, I do apologize. The intro I recorded was absolute trash, so I just deleted it. But anyways, in this video, we are going to be snorkeling a pretty rare thing here in Florida. The spring vent is actually above the water, so we're able to go into it. I do not recommend doing this at home, but we went into the cave, we did a little bit of snorkeling, and I went through some of the passages, so I really hope you enjoy, and let's get to the video.
I don't know, but I'm ready to check out this cave. Really?
I do apologize about the scratches on the dome port. This is a cheap dome port and it got scratched up the first time I used it, so I'm gonna have to get one that's a little more expensive.
Alright, you go first. Oh, that's a cool shot. Oh, yeah. Watch your snorkel.
The camera really doesn't do justice on how narrow this cave is. I'm struggling to get through it and the handles on my camera rig are getting caught between the walls. As I dipped my head into the water, it really gave me a unique view of what these spring vents look like. Typically, I wouldn't be able to go down into these and see what they look like, but to actually be able to with one that's above water, it really is cool. And if you can look into that crevice right there, you can see a catfish. I don't know what kind of catfish he is, but I tried to get a close-up on him, and unfortunately I did get my camera stuck between the two walls and it spooked him and he swam off. Now, my lack of fish identification skills have brought me to possibly being a small channel cat or a snail bullhead, I believe, but please leave a comment down below if you know what he is. But unfortunately, as I got close and I bumped the wall, he quickly darted off into the darkness and we had to move on. And as I'm looking through these passages to try to find the next area for me to go, it's really hard to tell where I am and am not able to go because the water is like a perfect mirror and you cannot see anything above it. Alright, and right here I probably decided to do the dumbest thing I could have ever done, and I decided to swim through this and get to the next room, which I do not recommend because if you get stuck, you can very easily drown and not be able to pull out.
Yeah. This is the dumbest idea I've ever had, but it's really cool back here. Okay, I'm gonna turn it back out for this hole. Alright. Then pull me out, okay? I'm still going. Hold on. What? Did I disappear for you guys? Oh, yeah. We did. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I need to do this more often, but with like tanks. I need to get tank certified. Yeah. That'd be so cool. Yeah, that's terrifying. Yeah, that's so fun though. You don't want to go through there? Dude, it's so cool. I'd rather go through the right side. Let me look at the right side.
Let me take it out again. If I take the coil.
I once heard a saying when it comes to cave diving. There are old divers and there are bold divers, but there are no old, bold divers. So in this case, I decided I'm not going to be bold and I'm not going to try to go through and see if there's an air pocket in there. So remember, don't be too bold to where it ends up getting you killed.
It's like a good 6 feet before you can get up for air. Got it. Alright, let's get out of here.
And right here, as we're getting ready to exit the cave, I look to the left and I see this narrow passage that looks like I can just barely make it through. So I decide I'm going to make it through this hole and I'm going to use my snorkel to reach up into that air pocket on top because it's not quite big enough to get my head in. And right here, you can just see how narrow of a passage this area is, and I'm just barely able to squeeze through. And as I come out, I thought it was really cool that it looks like I should be swimming in Hawaii or something. This water is just absolutely beautiful. No, I just thought this was really cool. I had a spider hanging out on me. I don't know where he came from or how long he was on me, but it was just a really cool shot of this spider. When I put him back in the water, he immediately ran up somebody's shorts, and unfortunately, I did not record it. And here, from this part on in the video, is when things really go from beautiful and scenic to really kind of depressing. I mean, as I'm swimming through this part of the spring, there's not a single bit of vegetation. And I went and swam really far out. There's nothing. There's a little bit of algae, but besides that, it's nothing. And as I move on, it goes from sandy bottoms to just straight mud. And here you can see just how quickly it goes from sand to just straight mud. I mean, the slightest movement kicks up so much silt and you can't see. If you've ever seen pictures of no man's land in World War I, it quite literally looks like this. I mean, it's just no better way to put it, but there's nothing here, everything's been destroyed, and it's just all gone to ruins. This is a prime example of a spring being completely overused and uncared for. One of the crazy things is I'm seeing all these bigger fish like this bass and some sunfish, but I don't see anything smaller for them to eat like killifish, mosquito fish, or any other types of minnows. It really makes you think on what are they eating and how long are they going to last if there are no other fish for them to eat? All of this water is spring fed, and so the fact that it is so murky is just absolutely astonishing. Like, there's no reason it should be this bad. And this here's the closest I got to any sort of vegetation besides algae. And places like this should be closed off to the public so they're able to be rehabilitated and brought back to the fullness that they should be and have that vegetation. As the debris and silt moves downstream and the fish kind of slowly creep by, this scene just reminds me of a war-torn city, just with refugees hiding and trying to find any sort of shelter, but there's just nothing left for them to hide in. Well guys, there's no real outro for this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed, or rather didn't enjoy, seeing this spring in such bad condition. If you want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe, and come back for the next video.